Welcome to Naresh IT Technologies. This is Ramachandra. In this video, I am going to discussing about how can we print array data by using all for loops in Java language. How can we print array data by using all looping statements. Now, mainly in Java language, there are 4 looping statements. One is for, another one is while, another one is do while, another one is enhanced for loop, another one is or for each loop. So like this we have 4 looping statements. With the support of these 4 looping statements, we can able to print the data in sequence order. Now observe here. First, let me take one array. Int array a equal to, here I am taking value like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. These are the values I have. Now I want to print the data. How can I? By using for loop. System.out.println. Here I am writing like using for loop statement. Yeah. Now observe guys. For is having 3 expressions. One is initialization. In the initialization, we need to take one. We need to define one variable and initialize it with value like 0. Why we need to initialize value with the 0? The reason is index starts with the 0 index position only. Now here I need to write I less than 5. Very nice. Here if the elements are countable, then we can simply write 5 or 4 or 10 or something. If the elements are existing in the thousands, then don't go for writing value directly. Go for a alternative. What is that? In the last video we did discuss about this concept. How to find out the size of an array by using length field. After that, I equal to I plus 1. Now first the control is going to initialization place. Yes, I value 0 less than a dot length, nothing but 0 less than 5. Yes, if the condition is true, control goes to body. So in the body what I am writing? A of I, nothing but a of 0. What is the a of 0 value? 10. After that control going to where here I equal to I plus 1. That means I value become a 1. After that control going to where here? Condition. First initialization, later condition. If condition is true, go to body of the loop, and finally it will go to updation. From the updation again control goes to condition. So if the condition is failed, control is come out of the loop. So first initial I value is what here? 0. So a of 0, later a of 1, later a of 2, later a of 3, later a of 4, later I value 5. 5 less than 5, condition is failed. Once a condition is failed, it is coming out of the for loop. Second one, using a while loop. How can I print data of array by using while loop? Here while loop having condition and body. Now here I am taking like a int j equal to 0. Why I am taking j equal to 0? In the while loop we don't have initialization part. So directly we have condition part, j less than a dot length. So j means what here? 0. 0 less than length, then 0 less than length, nothing but 0 less than 5. True or false? Yes, true. If true, condition is true, then control goes to where here? Body of the while. In the body of the while loop, what I am writing? System.out.println a of j. Then see the output. Guys, if you are observing this output, some values keep on printing. What is that value? 10 itself. Why the value keep on 10 like printed? The reason is j value 0, 0 less than 5, good, control goes to body executing. After completion of the body, again control come back to check the condition. Here again G value what here? 0. 0 less than 5, true. So always 0 is what here? True only, and always the condition is true. So once always condition is true, automatically body is keep on repeating. Then how can I stop? By using j equal to j plus 1 or plus plus j or j plus plus, that we will see later. J equal to j plus 1. So how many times it will printed here? Exactly the elements which are available in the array. Now one more thing. What is that one more thing? Observe. Printing the data by using do while. The main difference between while and do while always checking the condition first. If the condition is true, then only control goes to body. But do while blindly executing what your body, later it will checking the condition. So observe here, do. So in the do, what I am doing? Blindly I am printing the data. How? A of k. After that, while, do is followed by while. In the while we are going to check the condition, a dot length. So in this particular time also the control is keep on repeating. See, the while must and should be ended with what here? Semicolon. Now in this time also keep on repeating. Why? Every time k value is what here? 0 only. We are not giving any increment. K value 0, a of k nothing but a of 0 value 10. After checking the condition is true. If the condition is true, still k value 0 only. If the condition is true, control goes to do, nothing but again do loop will be execute. A of k nothing but a of 0 nothing but 10. Again control goes to while. What is the k value? Still 0 only. So we are not giving any incremented. If we are not giving any incremented, every time while condition is true, then automatically every time do block will be executing. So what I need to do? I need to give the increment. So in this time what I am getting? 1, 2, 3, sorry, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 I am getting. Now the last one and a very important one, which is regularly used in the collection framework. Here just here I am giving how to use enhanced for loop, but the real intention of the enhanced for loop we will see in the collection concepts. Now for each loop, yeah. Now observe guys, in the normal for loop we have 3 expressions and 1 body. Here 2 expression. In the normal for loop we are always separating with one expression to another expression with the help of what here? Semicolon. But here we are going to what we can call as separated with the colon. From which array I want to print the data, that destination array we need to write in the right side of the column. So whenever we writing like this, so what are the array values? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Whenever we writing like a for colon A, automatically JVM going to what here? Array like A and reading what here? Value like 10. That 10 we are placed into where here? A1. That 10 we are placed into what here? A1. Variable name. Here a variable A1 may be anything, but here A must and should be array name. Already we define. Okay. Now first value like 10 will be read and placed into the A1. Later control goes to the body, and here I am printing what here? A1. Here I am printing A1. So what happened? Here automatically all the data will be printed and answered or for each loop. So first A1 10 value placed, and after that 10 will be printed here. Again control goes to where here? Array A. So already one element is read, then control goes to the second element, read that element and place it into the A1. After that printing, again go to what here? Array like A and read the third value like 30 and place it into the A1, and finally printed on the where here? Console. Now like this keep on repeating, loop is keep on repeating. Here there is no initialization, there is no condition, there is no incremented, everything is taken care by what here? This loop only. Now observe, Control C, Control V. Now here maybe most of the people having the doubt like, my variable a is int type. That's what we're always taking what here int here. No, if you want to take any higher range you can take. If you're taking higher range, what happen? Implicit casting, lower range data will be placed into higher range. Then what happen? 10.0, 20.0 like this. Now let me write here what here byte. Okay, then what I'm getting? Error. See, type mismatch cannot converting element from what is that int to byte. The reason is whenever we placing higher range data into lower range, compiler is first checking range of the data type. If the range of the destination data type is low, we can't place a data into that variable. So that means simply we can say higher range variable value we cannot place it into very lower range. But we have a concept like explicit casting. In the normal variables we can write, but here there is no chance to write cast operator. See, if I am writing like byte here, there is no cast operator. We can't apply that type of syntax is not given by the Java language, so we can't write here. Okay, that means we can able to place lower data to higher data. Maybe this expression is same as destination variable type or higher type, but we can't write it's what lower type. So this is the way we can able to print. This is the way we can able to print all the data of the array by using different looping. First one is normal for loop, and the one is while, third one is do while, and fourth one is what here loop. For loop with what here same variable, for loop with what here higher variable. So this is the program to reading the data from the array. I hope you enjoy this video. For more videos, please subscribe Naresh IT channel. Thank you.